Hey guys, what is going on? It is Chris here once again. Anyway, we are going to be looking ahead to today's NFL single game for week 5 between Tampa Bay and Chicago. So hopefully you guys are all doing pretty good. And yeah, so as normal, if you guys will leave a like, I do appreciate it. Only if you guys do enjoy the video. And obviously hit that sub button as well. Would love to have you guys still around even with NBA about done. We will still be doing some NFL videos. And as you guys saw last week, it absolutely killed for the most part. Our picks absolutely went off. So, yeah, I mean, if you guys listen to the video and make your own lineups, you should be able to do half decent. So, yeah, that's what we got going on. As normal, if you still want some NFL 150 lineups, we are still doing that for single game. We'd love to have you come join us for that. And then we have our normal NFL lineups just for the main slate. Like I said, that did very good last week, so also would like to have you for that as well. So NBA unfortunately did not do great the other day for game 4. We went a little bit heavier on Howard because Bam was back, so I thought maybe they would switch back to Howard, and I would be ahead of the field a little bit, but that just did not work out. They went back to Morris, so very interesting for sure. So anyway, we will have a video here probably tomorrow night for the NBA Game 5, since it is obviously on Friday. And we might also have a NFL main video for Saturday on Saturday. So if you want to get in on anything, like I said, the 150 for NFL or the regular lineups, would love to have you as well. And don't usually do it, but if you guys do want to get in on the potential last game for the NFL, sorry, for NBA, with the 150 lineups, it is going to be $8 for one single day. Um, I will be posting a CSV file on Slack. That is the only way to get it. Like I said, if you don't know how to import and all that, I probably wouldn't sign up. But if you want to get in on one day, you know how to import all the lineups. Like I said, message me as well on Twitter. So, all right, with that all out of the way, let's get into the game. Tampa Bay and Chicago. So we do have a couple injuries on the Tampa side. So Evans is still game time decision. He did not practice all week. So we'll see what they do. They could just be precautionary with him. We'll have to see. Darrell Mooney is also questionable as well. I do think he'll play, but we'll have to see. Justin Watson is officially out, and that's kind of a big one because this guy was doing quite a bit. Not a ton, but definitely had some targets, and so that's going to be interesting. So, and as we all know, OJ Howard is out as well for the season. So Tampa, yeah, they're getting hurt a little bit, and Fournette as well is out as well, and LaShawn McCoy. They have a ton of injuries on the offense, kind of like how we saw with Green Bay the other day, and we saw what Aaron Rodgers did with that. So let's go start at the quarterbacks. So I'm gonna pull up a little tool. It's gonna be a little bit longer video, but I kind of want to get like in depth into it. I'm not gonna do this for the main slate because it would take way too long to go through 12 to 13 games. So we're gonna go through it here. We're gonna go look at Tom Brady. Um, a little bit advanced stats. I'm not going to do this for everybody, but we're going to go look at it here. So, if you go look at it here, this is the big thing here: quarterback rating against. So obviously, the lower it is, the worse they are. So as you see here, their safeties are not that great. So if Evans plays and gets a couple long balls, then boom, you're looking good. I like Justin Watson. Um, my bad. Is it Justin Watson? Yeah, just I liked him because he was one of their guys that he would throw it to 20, 30 yards down, but not going to happen here. But yeah, so you could easily get off there from their safeties. Cornerbacks struggle a little bit as well. Overall, Chicago is a pretty good defense. They do stop the run quite a bit. But as you see here, linebackers are some of the best in the game here. So he might struggle a little bit with Gronk. Maybe they give it to Cameron Brate. We'll see. But I don't mind a couple of these guys for Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, if he plays, got to have him in there. I don't mind a little bit of Scotty Miller as well. Should get quite a bit of usage as well there for Tampa Bay. Kind of a guy that does a lot of slot wide receivers. So don't mind going that way. One thing I do want to bring up here real quick for Tampa Bay. Um, let's go look here. And yes, I am using my girlfriend's name, if you guys are wondering. So anyway, we're gonna go down here. Um, Let's see here. So Scotty is also questionable as well. So that's another guy I forgot to tell you guys about. But if he does play, let's go look at the snaps here. As we know, Watson and Godwin are going to be out, so those guys are out. Watson had 56 snaps that first time. Scotty had 40, so obviously if he plays, he's going to get quite a bit. Evans is well going to be fine. And then who's going to be the third wide receiver? A lot of people think it's going to be Tyler Johnson. I don't know a lot of him. Apparently, he's had 21 and 25 offensive snaps, uh, but he's had no targets in those. So I don't know if that's an error on RotoWire or he literally's played that many snaps and he hasn't had um, anything happen to him. As you see here, they count for special teams, and he had no special teams, so it's all offensive snaps here. So just not getting anything at all. So yeah, like I said, if everything, like I said, if Scotty's out, then I guess you're gonna have to go a little bit of Tyler Johnson. But I think he should play in this one. We'll have to see what they got going on. Let's go look back here at Scotty. That's Scooty, my bad. There he is. All right, there we go. So like I said, he is questionable. So yeah, Tyler Johnson may be the second or third wide receiver, so he might get a little bit of run. We will have to see. I also don't mind Cameron Brate as well. We got Gronk out there, but if you go look at it, Cameron Brate only had 16 snaps filling in for Howard, and he literally had one target and a touchdown. So obviously, if he's in the red zone, Tom might target Cameron a little bit. So I will probably have a little bit more shares than him for sure over Gronk. That's just the way I'm going to go. On the running back side, I don't mind a little bit of Ronald Jones. Like I said, I know Chicago's not too bad of a defense, but you know he also had 9 targets last week out of the running back. So, like I said, if they're down a little bit, definitely expect him to get a little bit. And Vaughn also, Keyshawn Vaughn could get a little bit extra run as well. Didn't see much in the first week. Still had 9 fantasy points, but he also saw 3 targets. So don't mind a little bit of Keyshawn Vaughn if you guys are doing that many lineups. Moving on here to the Chicago side, I really don't mind Nick Foles in this one. He had a really bad game against Indiana, and I think people are going to see that and go, all right, this guy's not that good. But as we know, Indiana is one of the best defenses out there in the league, and Tampa is nothing near that. They don't have a bad defense, but nothing near the Colts. So yeah, I think I got Nick Foles at 20. Everyone has him pretty low, but I like him. One thing that could happen is this turns into a slow running back game, not a lot of offense, but I don't know. I think a little bit different. I don't have a ton of David Montgomery here. Doesn't get a ton of touches. Gets a couple targets out of the backfield. I got him for 10.5. He might get a score, but they usually use, they like Jimmy Graham in red zone for that. Robertson, you got to have a ton of him. I do love him at the MVP spot. I think I have him in 35% as well in the MVP spot, so I got to have a ton of him. Moving on here, if Mooney plays, don't mind a little bit of him. SEC target share went up a little bit, has gone up the last 2 days, 2 games with Foles being there, so don't mind putting him in there. He is a little iffy though. He doesn't, his receiving to his targets aren't the greatest. So a little iffy. I got him at 6.5. If he doesn't play for some reason, definitely look at Anthony Miller as well, the wide receiver too. If you want a couple shares of those guys, but I don't have a ton of them. And I don't mind Jimmy Graham, probably my favorite out of the tight ends for cash games. I know he's been up and down, but still, he's had 15 targets since Nick Foles came back. I guess maybe he had a couple targets with Trubisky, but overall, Nick Foles has been using him quite a bit. So yeah, I like Jimmy Graham, I really do. And then Cameron Brate, probably my next favorite. And then the kickers, I'd probably go Ryan Suck up a little bit, but I don't have a ton of those guys. So that's what we got going on. Let's just see what the first lineup shoots out. And let's see what it shoots. So we got Brady at captain. Like I said, I'm gonna have probably a little bit more Brady than Nick Foles, but I do think Nick Foles could have a little bit more upside than Brady does. But Brady has been pretty solid, so I honestly kind of have a mix of both of them. Scotty Miller, like I said, if he plays, I like him. Ronald Jones, not too bad, gets a little receptions out of the backfield, and then obviously Allen Robertson. Like I said, I have a ton of him at the MVP spot as well. But that's your normal lineup. And then, like I said, you're gonna have to mix in a little bit of Mooney, a little bit of Tyler Johnson, and Anthony Miller as well. Don't know who's going to go off between all those guys, but like I said, got to have a couple shares of them. And if Scotty's out for some reason, um, Mickens, I think that's his name. I think he might be the next man up. I mean, I don't know. I really have no idea who would be the next man up there. So, but yeah, that's kind of what we got going on. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the video. Harris is playing Cole, but I don't really have any shares of those guys. So, but yeah, so a little sloppy looking at this. I do apologize for that. But like I said, hopefully, you guys did learn a little bit. If you have any questions, let me know. And yeah, so that is it. As normal, if you want the NFL lineups for 150, let me know. We are doing only per week for that, and we have NBA only for 1 day. Um, for Game 5 on Friday for $8 for the CSB for the 150. To get in on all that, just message me on Twitter. Let me know which one you want, and we'll definitely help you guys out as much as we can. So, yeah, like I said, NBA video tomorrow, and then obviously on Saturday we are going to have the NFL Week 5 main slate video. So, all right, guys, that is it. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys a little bit later.